innately. Today's yoga practice is really meant to be for when you come home and you've been super stressed out, whether it's 1,000 errands that you've been running around doing, or maybe it's been a really stressful day at work. So just take 10 minutes for yourself and enjoy this yoga practice. So we're going to start on our mat. We're going to start in child's pose, so make sure you feel really comfortable with your knees. Maybe you place a towel under the knees if that bothers you. You can start with the knees wide or close together. And bring your head and your arms down towards the earth. And just spend a few moments here, not necessarily reaching for up forward or putting the hips back or anything like that. Just get into the pose and just notice, right? So just notice, are you achy? Are you tense? Is the breath fast? And you're not even changing it yet. You're just becoming grounded. You're just noticing exactly how you are right this moment. And then you're going to start to breathe. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And just kind of notice your rhythm. Take a few more rounds of breath here. And then with the next breath in, you're going to come up to tabletop. So coming up to your hands and knees. Take a moment. Make sure that your fingertips feel planted firmly into the ground, and that the knees are about hips width apart. And we're going to take a big breath in, coming into cow, and then rounding through the back into angry cat. And you're just going to move from breath to breath, breathing in on cow and exhaling on cat. So you're just opening up the spine, mobilizing, taking a moment to notice again. Maybe you feel tense, maybe you feel a little stiff, and you're just kind of working into it right now. Let's take a few more rounds of that. Cat, cow. And then after one more round, you're going to find neutral spine. So right in the center. And when you find neutral spine, I take a moment to once again reaffirm into the hands, right? So fingertips are spread super wide. Each finger pad is touching the ground and really connecting to the earth. From here, we're going to take the right foot back. You can just start with just the right leg back and kind of noticing. Maybe start to bring that heel up off the ground, kicking straight back behind you. Exhale, bring that down. And then left leg. You can start right on the ground, keeping that leg straight. And then maybe if it feels good to you, you can just lift that heel off of the ground. Good. Now you can keep doing just the right leg. So you're switching sides. And then maybe on the other side, you bring up the left arm. 2 rounds of breath here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Bring it down. Other side. So left leg goes back. Maybe you feel like bringing that left leg up. Maybe the right arm comes up. If so, bring it up. 2 rounds of breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Bring everything down. Take child's pose. Balasana. Take a moment, soften through the shoulders, soften through the breath. One more big round of breath. And then inhale back to tabletop, hands and knees. So now, if you're feeling a little stressed, we're going to add a little bit of fire. We're going to move all of that tension out. So right leg back, left arm up, big breath in. Exhale, knee towards elbow, bring it together, curl through the spine. Then inhale, lengthen out, grow tall. And then on that exhale, bring it together. So you're just moving breath to breath. So maybe it's a little bit faster than my rhythm, maybe it's a little bit slower. It doesn't matter. You're noticing what works for your body. You're allowing yourself to build that heat, right? So you're noticing there's all this tense energy. So we're going to utilize that energy into movement, into mindful movement. Good. Do one more round. And then set it back. Find your tabletop. Then other side, left leg goes back, right arm goes forward, and then bring it together. Take a moment, engage, then move with the breath. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, draw it together. So you're just moving breath to breath. Maybe one side is a little bit shakier than the other. Maybe you notice this is your stronger side. It doesn't matter, you're just noticing, right? Taking all of that energy and bringing it into mindful movement. Beautiful, keep going. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, exhale, Inhale, exhale, draw deep, and then set it back, Transpasalasana. And take a moment to breathe, soften through the shoulders. Couple of rounds of breath. Beautiful work. And then inhale, we're going to find a comfortable seated position on your yoga mat. So we're going to start actually with the legs forward, and then we're taking kind of Dandasana. So go ahead and let the knees bend, especially if this is your first opportunity to stretch for the day. I want you to go tall, lengthen through the spine all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. So once again, my knees are bent because this is the first time I'm getting an opportunity to really stretch today. So if that's the case, I'm just letting gravity kind of allow me to turn inward, and gravity's doing all of the stretching. I'm not really using a whole lot of muscle action here, right? So notice the breath. Couple more rounds. Then inhale, roll it up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful work. All right. So from here, I'm going to take my right leg, your left leg, over my other leg. So one leg will stay straight. Now, if you find that this is very uncomfortable to keep that bottom leg straight, you can always bend the knee, kind of draw it toward the hip. Sometimes that helps open it up a little. Notice what works best for you. Otherwise, you're going to take your hands onto the shin, and you're going to use that as leverage to grow really tall. Maybe you'll already feel a stretch on the outer hip. And then with the next breath in, grow even taller. Exhale, you're going to turn towards the right side. Hug that shin in. That foot that's across the left leg is flat on the ground. It's not pivoting up, okay? So once again, so this movement is inhale, grow tall. Exhale, maybe you turn. Maybe it's just giving into the stretch, right? So you might notice there's a lot of tension in the back. There's a lot of tension in the face and the shoulders. If so, use that exhale instead to relax. Couple more rounds of breath. Big breath in, big breath out. And if you're doing this practice at home and you have puppies and kitties that want to come say hi, this is a great way. This is just part of the practice. Sit, 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 sit. 2 more rounds of breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in. And as you exhale, release, come back to the center. Unwind that leg, maybe roll it out, some hip log rolls, let everything loosen. Then once again, find an asana, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold over those legs. Maybe the knees are bent. Maybe you're starting to open up and you can notice that the legs are a little bit straighter. Maybe you can go a little deeper in the stretch and it feels good. The stretch should feel good over time. It may initially feel like, oh, I am stiff, I am tense. But over time, it will be accompanied by relief. If it doesn't, check in with your body. Notice what you're doing if it doesn't feel good. A couple more rounds of breath. And then with the next inhale, roll it up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. So we're going to do the other side. So I'm bringing my left leg over my right. I'm going to grow tall. Bring my hands to the shin, and it just helps support so that I can lift up through the spine. My chest is lifted up, right? So you're already taking that stance of feeling empowered, of feeling that you are planted firmly and proudly where you are at this moment, no matter what else. So just notice, breathe. And then with the next exhale, you're going to twist to the left. Once again, grow tall. Check in with your back, check in with your shoulders and your face. With each breath in, you grow tall. With each exhale, you either are softening through the face or you're allowing yourself to go a little bit deeper into the twist. A couple more rounds of breath here. About 2 more rounds. And then with the next exhale, you're going to bring it back to the center. Unwind the legs. Do some hip log rolls. And this time we're going to end with butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Bring the feet together, knees apart, and you can bring the feet as close as you like, and it's totally acceptable to keep them a little bit further away. So you just notice what works for you. Grow really tall. And exhale, forward fold over those legs. And it's your practice, so you can choose whether you want to go really deep in, or maybe you just take a little bit more relaxed, passive with the spine, and just allow the hips to open. So take a few rounds of breath here. Maybe even shake out the head, noticing if you're keeping any tension in the neck. One more round of breath. And then on an inhale, roll it up one vertebra at a time. You can take Sukhasana or an easy sitting pose, or any seated pose that feels good for you. I will end with a very short meditation. So maybe the eyes close or the gaze just softens and there's a focal point for you to allow your gaze to rest upon. And just start to tune inward. Notice the spots that feel tense. Maybe you notice where you're carrying your stress that day. Maybe it's the back or the shoulders. Maybe it's a feeling of tension in the head. And then with each breath in, I want you to envision spaciousness. So this really big, broad sense of just endless possibility. Envision that with the inhale. And as you exhale, envision sending that sense of spaciousness to the point that feels tense or stiff or tight. And imagine that you're inviting that tension to have space. So we're not pushing or forcing the stress out of the body. Instead, we make room for it. And as you make room for that sense of stress, it gives you that moment to breathe, to become aware of the stress. What is the source of the stress? And then as you start to kind of take this detached viewpoint, this detached stance, perhaps you become more aware, so you're able to respond at a later time in a calmer, more peaceful state. Take a few more rounds of breath. And then very gently bring the hands to prayer and heart center, bowing the head as a gesture of gratitude. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. May you go in peace throughout your week. Namaste.